Hi everyone, I'm Carly Parker. I use she, her, hers pronouns. This is a little picture of me eating an ice cream that was incredibly difficult to eat. Everything toppled over, nothing stayed on. It was really yummy, but I don't know if it was worth all the trouble, but that's alright. That's just me. I am originally from East Burke, Vermont, and they say that I am also from Lyndonville because I've lived in both places pretty equally, but I like to say more that I'm from East Burke instead of being from Lyndonville. I was born in St. Johnsbury, lived in Lyndonville until I was 5, moved to East Burke so I could be in the school that my mom was teaching in, actually. That's why she wanted to live there. And then when I was about a sophomore in high school, I ended up moving back to Lyndonville, and that's where I am now. Well, now I'm in Hyde Park, but that's where my mom is at least. So I still count it. I want to be a teacher because I believe that there are a lot of students out there, especially those that are in SPED and have IEPs, that deserve to have really good advocates for themselves. And I'm not saying that I necessarily am. That sounds really not very humble. But I want to be able to help those students and do the best that I can for them. This is my little cousin Carter. He is one of the cutest things in the entire universe. And I want to be able to work hard for students like him because they need a lot of help and I want to be able to be that help. I also want to be a teacher because my mom, not because my mom was, but because I enjoyed watching her and learning from her. And I want to do something similar. I think she was a great teacher, and I want to be able to be something similar to other students. So this is her. This is me, with really bad eyebrows and kind of a Dora-ish haircut. And this is my little cousin Carter. That also ties right into what I'm passionate about. One of my favorite stories of all time is actually one that was told to me, and it makes a lot of sense. I totally believe it. But one of my friends from elementary school told me that she stopped saying the R word after she heard me yelling at some boys on the playground in second grade for saying it. And that just makes me so happy. So advocating for these children is what I'm passionate about because I have had a little cousin that with severe disabilities since I was 5. We're probably like 6 and 1 in this picture. He's 16 now. I can't even believe it. But I've just always grown up around pretty severe disability, and so I have always been really passionate about it. I gave myself a 4.5 on my level of comfort with technology, and I gave myself that rating because I've grown up around technology. I didn't actually have internet until my sophomore year of high school when I moved to Lyndonville. I had dial-up People PC when I lived in East Burke, but it was garbage connection. It didn't even act like internet. I don't think we even ever used it because it was so slow. So I wouldn't really say that I had internet until sophomore year. But I have had access to a computer and computer games my whole entire life. I have spent a majority of my life in front of a computer screen. A lot of kids my age played video games when they were younger. I played computer games, and that started with some of the like Jumpstart games, like Jumpstart Kindergarten, Jumpstart First Grade, and a game called Peebles Place. That one was a lot of fun. Microsoft Paint, pinball, and then it ended up going into like a severe addiction to The Sims, which I still play. The Nancy Drew games, which I also still play. Roller Coaster Tycoon, Zoo Tycoon. I've been in front of a computer screen a lot. So growing up with technology, it's helped me feel comfortable with technology. It's one of those skills that I've been learning since I could talk, essentially. A piece of technology that I've seen in my classrooms that I actually want to know more about is this True Touch monitor right here. All of the classrooms at Hyde Park Elementary have them, and they're really interesting because they're a lot like smart boards, but not quite. I honestly have yet to figure out what the exact difference is. They don't seem like as much of a projector as smart boards do, but the functionality of them is very, very similar from what I've experienced so far. So I really want to know more about these large screens in classrooms. I think that they could be such a useful tool. And I remember in Hannah's first video introducing the class to us, she said that principals in Vermont are saying that smart boards are just really expensive projectors. And so I want to know how to use these big monitors better. I think that they're really important and I think they could be a really useful tool, but I just have to figure out how to make that happen. So I think that would be really important, especially because I have one in my classroom that my teacher also doesn't know much about. So I would love to be able to help her and teach her things about it. That's all I have. Thank you. Goodbye.